To the inside, Ward, the outside, Ward passes, can he hold on? Yes! Johnson wobbles on the top of the tabletop.
I'm not sure Bale's going to have anything for him here. Bradshaw can taste blood. Bale is
for number one, the Knack-Knack Kid, Showtime, whatever you want to call him, Jeremy McGrath on his way to...
Jeff Hicks looks like Mike Healy. They're up. Brock Glover takes the whole shot. He's followed by teammate.
Whoa, Bailey's trying to go under Holly, gets stuck. Everybody's going by him.
The leader on this Gary Bailey designed racetrack, and he's heading now for one of the toughest parts of the track, is rider number 4, the golden boy of motocross from El Cajon, California, Brock Glover for Team Yamaha. Behind him is teammate number 12, that's Jim Holly. Running in third, 43 is Mickey Diamond, then Rick Johnson, Keith Bowen, and Jeff Ward. Back to the action, and it's still Brock Glover, rider number 4, Team Yamaha in front, and he's followed by Mickey Diamond, number 43 for Team Honda, has gone down. Like Ward said to Johnson, if you're going around Holly, so am I. He doesn't want Johnson to get away from him, and that could be trouble for Brock Glover.
Yeah, I think it'll be bad news for Brock. Anytime two riders like this hook up in the track, they can cut a second or two off their previous lap times.
Well, Glover has no idea what has unfolded behind him. So he's out in front thinking probably, hey, I'm pulling away from Jim Holly, and this is going to be good for me. Rick Johnson nosedived into the side of that whoop and almost went down. The action, and Brock Glover continues to lead, but Glover has company. Running in a number 2 position, rider number 5 is Rick Johnson, the current leader in the Supercross Series. Glover took the whole shot, and he's not had a serious challenger until now. Johnson just a few, and what was that?
Whoa, I think Ricky Johnson was going to land on Brock's back and had to do a mid-air correction.
Well, I'm certain that Brock Glover is happy that he made that correction. Right now, though, on Johnson's rear wheel is Jeff Ward.
Yeah.
Bowen gets sideways, and look at that. Bowen went down hard. Bobby got sideways off the top of that jump. When he came down, he just nosedived into the ground and smashed that number 2 spot from Jim Holly. Now here comes the battle. It's Glover, Johnson, and Jeff Ward, a 3-way battle for the number 1 spot.
Larry, you better make that a 4-way battle. Bailey's going faster than anybody on the track.
Rick Johnson right on his rear wheel. This could be another Glover problem. Bobby persists in going to the outside of this line, and look at this. Johnson has made the pass. I don't know what Glover's thinking about.
I don't know. This line is costing Glover every lap, and Johnson's really made a good deal on the right line here.
Rick Johnson is now the leader, and Johnson has to be thinking one thing: put as much distance between himself and Brock Glover, who's now running second, as he possibly can. Reason being, he knows that Jeff Ward is back there, and Ward is going to pass Glover as quickly as he can and set out after Johnson.
Right, he'll want to make as much time as he can right here and use Brock as a roadblock and let him slow Wardy up and really try to get a good lead going.
This track has really deteriorated since the start of the race, and Bob's suspension could be a factor in this race before it's over.
Right, the track changes with every lap. It gets rougher and rougher throughout the day, and if you set your suspension up for a smooth track, it just won't work in the end. You'll really have to pick some good lines.
And here comes David Bailey running in that number 4 position, as we said earlier. Bailey coming from way off the pace. He was involved in a first lap pileup. He was caught up against the hay bales when he tried to pass Jim Holly. 15, maybe 20 riders had gone around him. Frankly, I didn't count them because I saw no way that Bailey could bring himself this close to the leaders. Glover has been the effective roadblock that Johnson was looking for, but Bob Hanna, they're coming to that section of the track where Glover has persisted, and he's doing it again. Bob.
I didn't think he'd take this line again, Larry, but he is, and Wardy's has a smooth line, and it's all over for Brock.
So Jeff Ward, the defending Supercross champion, has moved into the number 2 position. That'll put Brock Glover 3rd, and the question in my mind now, Bob Hanna, is, will Jeff Ward catch Johnson before David Bailey catches Ward?
There's no telling. They've got a dice going here, but Johnson, as you can see, is in complete control of the race at the moment. He's riding smooth and aggressive, and he's got the clean line.
But here is the story in the race, Bob. The battle for 3rd, Brock Glover and David Bailey.
Oh, Bailey's been coming from the back, as you said, 15th, 20th place, and just getting them one at a time, one at a time. He's right on Brock here, and he is moving in hard.
If Brock makes one little slip, Bailey is going to have him for lunch, and they're coming upon traffic.
Yeah, this traffic could mean anything, you know. It could be help out Brock or help out David, so there's no telling what can happen.
And Brock Glover put himself behind a couple of lap riders. Bailey has an outside line.
Well, that did it. Bailey got him. And this traffic really hurt Brock there. He must have picked a bad one, followed the traffic into that corner. Bailey went around the outside, and now it's gone.
Bob, when you're riding a race like a Supercross or an outdoor for that matter, you have to consider the traffic ahead of you when you're being pushed from behind.
That's the most important time. If you're by yourself, Larry, it's not that big a deal. But when somebody's right behind you, it's kind of like a guess. You guess as you're going right or left, and you just got to go from there.
And in this case, Brock Glover guessed wrong and David Bailey guessed right. As a reward, he moves into the number 3 position. He'll immediately set out to close as much of the gap as he possibly can on Jeff Ward in the time remaining. Ward running up in the number 2 position, and Bailey has really closed. Bob, Bailey can see the back of Ward's jersey.
Yeah, he sees him, and he's hot after him. He's taking some good lines here. He's really moving back.
And look at that! Bailey knocked Ward off the track. I don't believe it. He took an inside line. It looked to me like Ward was already there, Bob, and they collided. Jeff Ward is down.
Larry, I'm not so sure that was David's fault.
Well, Bailey probably at this point is thinking otherwise. He's not about to give up now after the incredible ride that this young man has put in. Earlier this week, we asked David Bailey what it would take for him to put the package together and beat Rick Johnson.
It's going to be tough to beat Rick. He seems to have a formula this year where he just concentrates really hard on what he's got to do. He practices a lot of starts when he's practicing. He's been getting off the line super every race. He's been top 3, and that's been one of the keys to his success so far because he's right up front. And if you can't catch Rick normally, you'll never be able to catch him with a bad start. So I think the only way I'm going to be able to beat him is to beat him off the line.
Well, I haven't won Daytona yet, and it would definitely be something special to win. It's probably the biggest race on the circuit, and it would mean a lot for me to win it, but I'm not really going at it as if a do-or-die situation. I have the points lead in the Supercross series, so I'm considering that, so I don't want to blow all my chances for the championship on one race, so I'm going at it as I'd like to win it. I'm going to do whatever I can to win it, but I'm not going to ride over my head.
He's headed toward the finish line, and in just one more jump with hands off the handlebars, Rick Johnson has won the 1986 Daytona Supercross.